All right, all right, all right. Great evening, beautiful ladies. It is so good to be able to hop in on tonight just to share some of the things that I've been having on my mind and to also greet you. I know I have not done a live here in the year of 2022 yet, so happy new year. I pray that this year will be one of the best yet. I know we've been having a challenging couple of years, and prayerfully, this one is going to be a whole lot better. I can't believe it's already February, the second month in 2022. And if you're like me, your January was filled with plenty. If your January was anything like mine, it was a whirlwind. It seems as if it went by very swiftly, but it was packed with so many different things. And I'd like to say that I victoriously made it through the month of January, and I'm still smiling. I'm still in anticipation of the great things that will happen for me and my family in the year of 2022. I know we normally start our new year off with New Year resolutions. Some of us don't. Some of us start with goals that we want to accomplish, and that's normally what we talk about in this group. And I have not done a goal setting challenge in a while. We've done a reset challenge before, we've done a goal setting challenge, all the things. And this year I've said that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to start off this year inside of this group doing something different. Um, Quite a bit of people that I've been talking to have been challenged in the area of their mental health. They're dealing with lots of things, and um, just you see things that are happening in the news. More recently, Chesley Curse, who died by suicide, our former Miss USA. There are a lot of things that are going on um, in the world, and we all might be challenged on every side. And I want there to be a space for us to be able to talk about those things. I encourage you to have someone that you can talk to. I think it's tragic when you get to a place where you feel like you can no longer live. So I encourage you all on tonight at the start of this conversation. If you feel like you're in a place where you feel like you want to end it all, I do have a number to share with you, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. Again, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It is 1-800-273-8255. So I wanted to hop on tonight again just to share what's been on my heart. I had prepared for us for the month of January to do 28 days of self love. And I've been thinking about it all the month of January. And when I made up my mind to do it, I also realized that one of my sisters, she was also doing something not similar, but focusing on being a better you. And I wanted to take time to just be a part of that, just so I can work on myself as well after I've already put together the 28 days of self love. So I said that I was just going to take the time to concentrate on me by joining her and being a better me. But as of recent, like I said, I been talking to many people, many ladies, and then seeing what's happening in the news. I found it necessary for me to go ahead and move forward with this 28 days of self love. I know you're probably thinking, hey, Susan, come on now. You're supposed to be a goal coach. And I am, but I also truly believe that we cannot um, properly set goals and run after them and accomplish them if we are really not in love with ourselves. And I'm not saying being narcissistic or overly indulged in yourself, just being conceited. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm really talking about you loving yourself. And so for this time, these 28 days, we're going to concentrate on self love. And the definition that we're going to kind of keep referring back to is self love is having an appreciation of one's own worth or value. And then we'll also look at it as having a proper regard and giving attention to one's own happiness and well being. So, that's going to be our focus for the month of February. Just focusing on our own well being, our own happiness. That happiness, it comes from the inside. It's not something that you really need to focus on getting from the outside, those outside things. It is important for us to be able to focus and get that happiness from the inside. So, we're going to talk about that on this month. And I do have some things that are prepared. I do have a focus for each day. And just to start off today, I just want to let you know, if no one has told you lately, you are amazing. You are amazing just the way you are. I know you're probably thinking, but wait a minute, Susan. Come on. You don't see my imperfections. You don't see my flaws. You don't see my failures. You don't see what I see when I look at me. And I want to tell you, you're absolutely right. When I look at you, I see so much more. I see your uniqueness. I see that you were made and you're the only you in this world. I see your potential. I see that you're a work in progress. I see that you're a masterpiece, being shaped and molded. And each passing day, you get more beautiful than the day before. And I get it. It's good for me to see that, but it's also better for you to be able to see that in yourself. So that's what we're going to work on for the next 28 days. Sometimes we don't love ourselves, and it shows in our actions or our inactions for that matter. So that's what we're going to focus on for the month of February. And after the 28 days, then we can work on focusing on goal setting. So, I want you to know that I see potential in you. There are some things that we all can accomplish, but first, I think it's important for us to be able to accomplish loving ourselves. So, in the next 28 days, give yourself the gift um, of your intention and attention. I don't know what's going on, but something is in my eye. So give yourself the gift of intention, being intentional about loving yourself for the next 28 days, and also the attention. So a lot of times we give attention to everyone else. We wear so many different hats. We wear the hat of being us, first of all. We wear the hat of being, for some of us, we're mothers. So we are a mother, a parent. We are friends. We are a wife. We are a sister. We are a cousin. We have careers. We also participate in ministry. So, all the different hats that we wear, a lot of times we give so much energy to everything else to we fail to concentrate on giving that energy to ourselves. And we've heard it over and over and over again that, if you're in a plane, the first person that you give the oxygen to is yourself. Because if you can't properly give oxygen to yourself, you can't help anyone else. So this month, we're going to focus on that. And so that brings me to our very first day, which is day one. And we're going to do it right here inside of our Facebook group. But in the future, there is going to be, for those of you who don't like to get on Facebook often, or you might decide, hey, for me to be able to focus on me, I'm going to stay away from social media for a bit. So in the coming days, I'm going to invite you to download an app where you will get all of this information, and we'll focus on each day. You can find a video there, as well as some worksheets and also a journal that you can journal your thoughts. Now, you don't need it. You definitely can get a handy dandy, old time notebook. So again, today is day one of our 28 days of self love. And today's focus is on the topic of comparison. And it is entitled Stop the Comparison. Stop the Comparison. Theodore Roosevelt, he said, comparison is the thief of joy. And a thief job is to steal. So I would like to propose to you that not only is comparison a thief of joy, I also like to tell you that it robs us of our peace. It robs us of our unique identity. It keeps us from being who we were meant to be in this world. So we tend to show up as someone else, or we tend to go after the things that does not make us who we truly are. So, first things first, don't allow comparison to rob you of your greatness. And we have to stop the comparison. Comparison is natural, but it can also be dangerous. You're the only person on this planet who can be you. Comparison keeps us from recognizing the greatness that's on the inside of us. It keeps us from realizing just who we are, and guess what? We are enough. We are enough. I'm so glad that I am the only me. Can you just imagine a world of Susans? No. I'm glad that I am uniquely made, and so are you. A lot of times we tend to look at what other people are doing, what other people are accomplishing. We also, compare ourselves with other people. And, the good book says they that compare themselves with themselves, they are unwise. So if you find yourself in a place to where you're comparing yourself to the next person, you're um watching what other people are doing, you see that someone that is younger than you have accomplished more than you've accomplished. And you're saying, hey, man, are you thinking that you are a failure? Or if you've tried something and you've not been able to accomplish that, but someone else has done the very same thing that you're working towards and you've seen them to be successful, then you begin to doubt yourself, or you begin to look down on yourself, or you begin to, talk negative talk about yourself. And so on this month, we're going to concentrate on, rather than doing those things, we're going to concentrate on loving ourselves. So the first thing that we need to do again is stop the comparison and to realize that we are enough. Yes, we are enough. Why don't you repeat that with me? Say, I am enough. Now, that's not to say that we can't improve ourselves. It's not to say that we are perfect, because we're not. We're like, again, we're all a work in progress, but we have to realize that who we are today is enough, while we are in the process of working on ourselves, in the process of improving ourselves. Rather than focusing on others, we need to focus on ourselves. Focus on being a better version of you. The only comparison that we should do is to compare the version of who we were on yesterday to who we are today. That should be our focus. Each day, ask yourself the question, am I better? Am I better today? Am I a better me today than I was on yesterday? So, a question for you on today: do you find yourself comparing yourself with others? Think about it. How is that serving you? Is that beneficial? Has it done harm? Does it stop you from being the true you that you were meant to be? Those are my questions for you on today as we end today, day one of our 28 days of self love. So, again, I invite you to come along with me as I concentrate on loving myself for the next 28 days. And I encourage you to bring someone along with you. Get you a partner that will begin to check you in those times where you've reverted back to doing things that you have decided that you weren't going to do anymore. I just want you to know, if you haven't been told on today, I love you. I love you. You are important. You are needed. I need you. Yes, and I am here for you. All right. Well, that's all I have on tonight. And on tomorrow, we'll be back with Confront Your Critic. That's going to be our topic on tomorrow for day 2 of 28 days of self love. If you've gotten something out of our conversation on tonight, drop me a comment or an emoji below to let me know that this has been beneficial. If you know someone who could benefit from our conversation as well, please share it with them. Again, we're going to concentrate on 28 days of loving ourselves. On day 2, which is tomorrow, we're going to confront our critic. On day 3, we're going to focus on our strengths. On day 4, we're going to ditch perfection. Day 5, we're going to undo negative self talk. Day 6, we're going to forgive ourselves. And day 7, we're going to make a decision. So, those are for the next 7 days, those are the topics of things that we're going to discuss. So, my challenge for you on tonight is inside of your journal, whatever you decide to write in, is to write yourself a letter letting yourself know that, hey, for the next 28 days, you're going to concentrate on loving you and listening to yourself. Also, letting go of the things that you need to let go of and clinging tight to those things that should remain. So, until tomorrow, love you all and have a great night.